Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here at America's Best Flowers in Cottage Grove, talking about everything beautiful that has to do with flowers. We'd like to introduce you to Assistant Manager of the Perennial and Shrubs, Deb Rhines. And Deb, it's so nice to have you here and for us to be here as well. We're talking perennials. Why is June month about perennials?
Well, June is probably the month that your perennials are going to bloom. The more of the perennials are going to bloom in the month of June. We have perennials that bloom all summer, but the majority of them will bloom in June. So that's why they bloom. That's why it's perennial month.
Can we just jump in right here and clarify the difference between a perennial and an annual? Because
I did ask this earlier.
Yeah, that's a question that many people they get it mixed up. Annuals. Annual is a flower that grows that you come and pick out, and it only survives the season. A perennial is something that will last in your garden for many years to come. And that's why people love perennial gardening.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up, especially for me, because I really didn't know the difference between those.
Yeah.
So you have an event coming up on June 16th, and it's
Yes.
called the $1 Million Pollinator. And I love the title for one thing, but could you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Well, we're encouraging, it's a public awareness to get at least 1 million people, and it's for the whole month of June, to get people to plant more butterfly pollinators, such as Asclepias, which is your common butterfly weed, and many other plants, the salvias, everything that the butterflies can lay their eggs on.
Okay.
And so, with obviously without pollinators, our flowers, our plants, I mean, we need our bees, we need our butterflies.
I think I have a pollinator bothering me right now.
And you can get those plants here.
Yes, you
So
can. Yes.
Pick them up here and then
Yes.
plant them in your gardens
Yes.
and help the butterflies and the bees.
Right.
And
That's a very popular item. We got a lot in, so people come in and they ask specifically for that plant.
So this Million Garden Pollinator Challenge, folks can learn a little bit more online about getting involved with that.
Yes, they can. You can go on the site, the $1,000,000pollinatorgardens.org.
All right.
And it can tell you everything you need to know about it.
Sure, we'll be sure to get that on the screen.
Okay.
Let's talk about which perennials do attract butterflies, and we do hear a lot about the monarch population really decreasing.
Well, especially, of course, the Asclepias, which is your common butterfly plant. The salvias, there's so many different salvias, and not to forget that there are annuals that also will bring your butterflies in as well. So, they're attracted, to anything that they can get the, pollinate, for the butterflies.
So a little list would be salvia.
Oh, salvia, butterfly weed, the butterfly, the Asclepias, everything that flowers has a purpose to it. So they are going to be attracted to that pretty flower.
Functional and beautiful.
Yes.
And if you
Yes.
can't remember all that too, just stop in to the store and talk to an
Absolutely.
expert, or even give you a call too, because
Yes.
you can
Oh,
listen
yes.
off
Oh,
over the
yes.
phone if somebody
Yes.
wants to know.
I mean, if I just look around, the other one is bee balm. It's extremely popular for
Bee balm.
your.
Oh, that's
it's called
cute.
a Monardia, but it's a bee balm. It's just there's just so many your echinacеas, which is your cone flowers. That's another one. There's just so many to list. So
And we don't know the fancy names.
no, that's why I called it the bee. People know bee
The
balm.
common names, yeah.
Butterfly flowers,
Yeah.
we'll just say.
Deb, when it comes to the perennials, what do you receive as far as more questions about the hydrangeas, your roses, other
Well,
beautiful plants?
We'll get a lot of people will ask, what perennial? I want a perennial that's going to bloom all summer, and that's kind of like, okay, well, that's not going to happen. You have to have many varieties of perennials to last all summer, and so that's something where I'll also tell the customer, you might want to add in a few annuals just to give a little more color. Like I said, we have perennials that will bloom at different stages of the summer, which leads me to the hydrangea, which is a wonderful shrub and has been very much misunderstood as far as the volume. The different varieties and what they can do.
These are the kind of big blossoms,
Well,
right?
there's different ones. The favorites that we love selling out here is the Bobo, which is a white hydrangea, but it's a miniature. It's only 2.5 feet. Stays very compact. The flowers start white, turn a pink, and then by September they actually turn kind of like to a burgundy.
Ooh,
So,
pretty.
and your hydrangeas give your garden sun, give your color the rest of the summer. So.
Beautiful.
So I have to ask, what's in your garden? What are your favorites?
Well, hydrangea is number one.
Okay.
Salvia is number two. I love salvia. I love the annual salvia as well as that's one of my go-to plants that I offer to customers is any of the salvia. The Cardona salvia, which is a dark purple stem with purple flowers on it. And what I
pretty.
tell customers, the more you deadhead a perennial, most all perennials, the more you deadhead them, they will continue to bloom all summer.
And deadheading's taking off the dead ones.
Yeah, taking off, and the blooms will start again.
Well, that's fabulous. Well, thank you so much for teaching us the, between annuals and perennials and how that all offers. Again, this is our go-to girl assistant manager of the perennial tree shrubs, Deb Rines, right here at America's Best Flowers. Come on out and enjoy it, and thank you to watching for Girl Talk.
Beauty and styling for Girl Talk provided by the Ultimate Veritas Spa and Salon.